Greetings and salutations, my dear audience. This is Joe St. Egg Benedictus coming at you with a review of a small prayer book, a Missal for children from the Catholic Church. And it is so small, I just have to hold it in front of the camera somehow and just hope and pray that it focuses well. So we'll give it a shot. I just want to say hello and give a shout out to my pal Mike, to all the visionaries and mystics out there. Thank you for joining me. What I may do is do that. We grab a few things here. Grab a cigar box like so. And then, there we go. Wait, there we go. And sometime in mid-August, I went on vacation and saw my family up north in New York. And my mother gave me, or passed along to me, this very little prayer book here that belonged to my grandmother. My grandmother was, of course, Catholic, being a good Italian that she was. Very faithful. She taught me prayer and so many things that I'm so grateful for. So to receive her prayer book was really special. And this is very common in the Catholic Church, these little missals. And in fact, I really love them because they're hearty and you can find them, you know, here and there. But what it just shows is the intentionality that some traditions have in teaching their children prayer and those important things of faith. See on the front cover, it's this nice 1920s, 1930s artwork, and this is in fact from 1932. Open it here, and you get, for instance, this little cross, which again I really love. Because some of these missals have these crosses. It's just a really neat, it's more than art. It's raised, it has kind of embossing in the page. And what it does is it gives you a little icon that you can use to pray or to help you focus. And sometimes children need focusing. I know I do. And so that's the first page. It's the end page there. Okay, nothing in the back, by the way. Oh, except for a picture of my mother in high school. Put that right there. All right, let's see here. So as I mentioned, 1932, it has color pictures, which I think is really neat. An ideal prayer book with beautiful colored mass illustrations by Benziger Brothers, New York printers to the Holy Apostolic. See, 1932. Made in Belgium, which is interesting, I think. Then you get these really neat ink, pen and ink illustrations. First thing you have is morning prayer. So if you do your morning prayers, you can follow on. By the way, check out that gilding. You know, I don't know if it's hard to see, but it is gold gilded, like real gold gilded, not like crappy gold gilded. All right, you have your morning prayers, evening prayers, Holy Mass, and here's the service. I like this prayer before Mass. Just gives you a good way to, tells you about it, which again, I think intentional instruction is always good. Oh my God, I am a little child. Help me to be attentive and to pray with all my heart during this Holy Mass. Color picture, it's pretty neat. Then it goes through the service of Mass. Very male heavy in the Catholic Church, that's my only complaint. And then at the end, towards the end, you get the Stations of the Cross. Right, Stations of the Cross. And with each station, a colored picture, which I think is groovy. I think it's just really neat. I really like that. Fifth station. Our children in our church do the Stations of the Cross for the whole church, and it's turned out to be very, very popular. Friday night, Good Friday, we do Stations of the Cross. The children host it. The children's department puts it together, i.e. my wife and several other volunteers. And it's not just for children, it's for adults. And we have, 80 to 90 people every year come through. They just love it. They go through each station on their own. It's a self-guided walking tour through the sanctuary with various art and things to do. There's a prayer passport, a prayer journal passport, which goes through each day and gives you little prompts. And people just love it. Last year we had our theme was grace with the prayer The Easter, what was it? Lent and Easter. The theme was grace, and so our Stations of the Cross had you pick up letters, little letter beads from each station, and then by the time you reached the last station, it said you had all the letters for the word amazing, or the words amazing grace, and then you put those beads on a little keychain, a leather keychain, and so everyone took a little leather keychain home. Let's see what this is in the end. Manner of serving Mass. What is this at the end? Contents. The prayers and devotions marked with an asterisk were composed especially for this edition. So you have morning prayers like the Lord's Prayer, the Apostles' Creed. You see that? Lighting is a little off. That's okay. So that is it of my grandmother, Santina. Her prayer book. As I mentioned, she was a faithful Catholic, and she really nurtured me, took care of me. I grew up with her. She lived in the apartment / basement downstairs, and was just such a prayer warrior. And I'm so grateful that I now have her prayer book and her missal. It'll go in there. Put my mother's high school picture back in here for keepsake. Put it with a little note telling my children if something ever happens to me what it is, and then put it in the old archives so that when my kids are big, they can pass it down to their children and grandchildren, and always have a keepsake of their great-grandmothers. All right, the Mamarella says goodbye. We'll see you later, eh?